Speaking of Fergie, we start with breaking news concerning Sir Alex's beloved Manchester United, and the club has just released its latest accounts. Chief correspondent Kaveh Solokul joins us once again. So Kaveh, the figures have just been released in New York. Thorough assessment of the ins and outs. What have you managed to glean from it so far?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't gone through the whole thing yet, but I've had a quick look at it, and you get the sense that Manchester United are doing much better on the pitch, and also off the pitch. It looks like the owners are getting to grips with their finances. Obviously, United have suffered for a while because they haven't been very successful on the pitch, and they're not playing in Europe this season. But these accounts do look pretty promising. Very controversial, of course, what Jim Ratcliffe, who's running the football side of the operations at the moment, is doing, cutting lots of costs, making lots of people redundant. I think his sort of strategy has been that, you know, the club needs some bad medicine. I'm going to administer that bad medicine, but in the long term, it's going to be for the benefit of the club. And if we look at these accounts, for instance, commercial revenue, these accounts are for the second quarter 2026. Commercial revenue for the quarter was down about £6.5 million to £78.5 million. That is obviously to do with the fact that the team haven't been playing particularly well. That affects their commercial deals, and also their training kit sponsorship agreement with Tetsos came to an end as well. Broadcasting is pretty flat. It has increased a little bit. You would expect it, of course, to go down because they're not playing in Europe. But if you look at UEFA's rules, it says that one owner cannot own two clubs in the same European competition. So you couldn't have the same owner of PSG and Manchester United and those two clubs playing each other in the Champions League. But there are ways around this, because potentially Manchester United does not have to be owned by the same owner as PSG. PSG are owned by Qatar Sports Investments. Manchester United could have another owner who comes from Qatar. And having said that, of course, in the past we've had the situation where Leipzig and Salzburg, who are both owned by Red Bull, have played in the same European competitions because they've demonstrated that they are run by different people. So the people who control one club are not in control of the other club. And we should also remember that another bidder for Manchester United, the only bidder who's come out publicly and declared that, yes, I am going to try and buy Manchester United, is Sir Jim Ratcliffe, who's said to be one of the UK's richest men. He already owns Nice in France as well, so potentially he would have the same issue if he owned Nice and Manchester United, and they both came to be in the Europa League or the Europa Conference League or the Champions League. You know, you're not supposed to have the same owner, but you can get around it by convincing UEFA that the clubs that you own are owned by controlled by different people.